Imagine a city gripped by fear, its streets haunted by an invisible predator, a chilling story that sent shockwaves through Pakistan and beyond. Today, we dive deep into the dark and sinister tale of one of the most notorious serial killers in history. Welcome to a journey into the mind of Javed Iqbal, a name that still sends shivers down the spine of those who remember. But this video is not just about horror. It's about understanding the twisted psyche of a man who terrorized a nation and exploring the far-reaching consequences of his heinous crimes. Our purpose today is not to glorify or sensationalize these horrific events, but rather to shed light on the chilling details of Javed Iqbal's crimes and, more importantly, to explore the lasting impact they had on society, law enforcement, and the way we perceive evil. Javed Iqbal's reign of terror shook the very foundation of Pakistan, and it's a tale that's both spine-chilling and thought-provoking. So, join me as we unravel the twisted mind behind the murders, examine the legal proceedings, and ponder the lessons we can glean from this harrowing chapter in history. Javed Iqbal's story of darkness begins with a glimpse into his early life. Born in 1956 in Lahore, Pakistan, he had a seemingly ordinary upbringing. However, beneath the surface, there were signs of trouble. Raised in a lower middle-class family, Javed faced a troubled childhood marked by familial discord and financial struggles. These early experiences would have a lasting impact on his psyche. From a young age, there were disturbing indications of deviant behavior. He exhibited signs of cruelty towards animals and a fascination with violence that raised concerns among those who knew him. These early red flags often go unnoticed, but they can be crucial in understanding the development of a serial killer. Javed's initial encounters with the law were not particularly noteworthy. Minor infractions, petty thefts, and erratic behavior brought him into contact with law enforcement. These early brushes with the legal system did not set off major alarms, but they would soon pale in comparison to the horrors that lay ahead. As we delve deeper into the chilling narrative of Javed Iqbal, we come face to face with the horrifying reality of his first victims. In the early 1990s, Javed Iqbal's murderous spree commenced, targeting young boys. His modus operandi was as gruesome as it was calculated. He would lure unsuspecting victims, often from impoverished backgrounds, into his clutches, promising them work and a better life. But what followed was a nightmare. Javed subjected these innocent souls to unspeakable horrors before ultimately taking their lives. The gruesome details of his crimes are enough to send chills down anyone's spine, and we'll discuss them with sensitivity, acknowledging the pain these victims and their families endured. Law enforcement's initial response to the series of disappearances and murders was marked by confusion and disbelief. The sheer audacity of Javed's crimes left investigators baffled, and his ability to evade capture only added to the sense of fear and helplessness in the community. However, as the body count continued to rise, authorities were compelled to take action, setting in motion a chain of events that would ultimately lead to Javed Iqbal's downfall. The shocking turn in this macabre tale came when Javed Iqbal decided to confess to his heinous crimes in the most chilling manner imaginable. He penned a letter to authorities, detailing the extent of his atrocities and claiming responsibility for the murders of over a dozen boys. This letter was a harrowing glimpse into the mind of a remorseless killer, and its contents left even seasoned investigators horrified. The shocking details provided in Javed Iqbal's confession sent shockwaves through Pakistan and beyond. The nation grappled with the horrifying truth of what had been happening right under its nose. The confession not only exposed the gruesome reality of the crimes, but also raised serious questions about the efficacy of the criminal justice system and the protection of vulnerable members of society. Following the receipt of this letter, a determined investigation finally led to Javed Iqbal's arrest, putting an end to his reign of terror, but not before his actions had left an indelible scar on the nation. The legal proceedings that followed were nothing short of a spectacle. Javed Iqbal faced a litany of charges related to the murders, and the nation watched closely as the wheels of justice turned. The courtroom became a battleground for prosecution and defense strategies, with the prosecution seeking to ensure that Javed Iqbal faced the full weight of the law, while the defense mounted its case to challenge the charges. The charges against Javed Iqbal were numerous and horrifying, ranging from murder and sexual assault to abduction and torture. As the trial unfolded, it revealed the depths of depravity that one individual could sink to. The courtroom drama, which played out in front of a horrified public, brought to light the complex legal challenges surrounding such a high-profile case. Ultimately, the trial culminated in a verdict and sentencing that would determine the fate of Javed Iqbal. The outcome had significant implications, not only for the perpetrator, but also for the victims' families and the wider society. as it sought to address the question of how justice should be served in the face of such unspeakable acts. The Javed Iqbal case was not without its fair share of controversies and conspiracies. As the details of his crimes shocked the nation, some questioned the authenticity of his confession letter, speculating about whether there were other individuals involved or if there were hidden motives behind the gruesome acts. While investigations and forensic evidence supported his claims, the doubt and mistrust sowed by these controversies only added to the complexity of the case. The public's reaction to the Javed Iqbal case was a mixture of outrage, fear, and sorrow. It was a grim reminder that monsters could exist among us, preying on the vulnerable. The media played a crucial role in disseminating information about the case, bringing it to the forefront of public consciousness. The extensive media coverage served to both inform and sensitize the public to the issue of child exploitation and the need for a more vigilant and protective society. The case also gave rise to various theories and speculations. Some speculated about the motivations behind Javed Iqbal's crimes, attempting to understand the psychology of a serial killer. Others questioned whether there were more victims yet to be discovered, and if so, what might have become of them. These theories, while sometimes unsettling, reflected society's need to make sense of the incomprehensible. The Javed Iqbal case had a profound impact on the criminal justice system in Pakistan. It exposed vulnerabilities and shortcomings in the legal and law enforcement mechanisms. It prompted a re-evaluation of how missing persons cases, especially involving children, were handled. The case spurred discussions on the need for reforms, including better coordination among law enforcement agencies and increased attention to forensic science. While in prison, Javed Iqbal's life took a dark turn. He experienced the isolation and condemnation of his fellow inmates, who considered him a pariah even among criminals. This hostile environment, combined with the guilt and shame of his actions, led him to attempt suicide. His suicide attempt, however, was unsuccessful. In a bizarre twist, Javed Iqbal was found dead in his prison cell under mysterious circumstances. His death raised questions about whether it was a suicide, as initially reported, or if there was foul play involved. Some believed that it was a form of vigilante justice, while others speculated about the involvement of prison staff. The true nature of his death remains a subject of debate and intrigue. The legacy of Javed Iqbal's crimes is one of enduring horror and a stark reminder of the capacity for evil within humanity. It forced Pakistan to confront uncomfortable truths about child exploitation and the need for better safeguards for its youth. His name continues to be associated with one of the darkest chapters in the nation's history, serving as a cautionary tale and a catalyst for change in the pursuit of a safer and more just society. In closing, the story of Javed Iqbal serves as a chilling reminder of the depths of human depravity and the importance of vigilance in protecting the most vulnerable in our society. Understanding the horrors he perpetrated and their far-reaching consequences is not just a morbid fascination with true crime, but a solemn duty to honor the memory of the victims and work towards a safer world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through a dark chapter in history. If you found this video informative or thought-provoking, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment below. Your engagement helps us continue to explore compelling stories and meaningful topics. Until next time, stay curious.